everybody.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello.
Hello. It's been so long since we've all been here in this format.
It's been 50 years.
Been 84 years exactly to the day. All right. Who's ready to play Dungeons and Dragons? All right.
You can't see me raising my hand.
I'll imagine it. Would anybody like to give us a recap about our last episode? I know it was a while ago, but what do you guys remember? Nothing? I love that. All right.
I remember everything. I was
Allow
giving people
me.
a space. I do remember fighting Chamomile a little bit more, as me and Chamomile did. Then convincing Chamomile to come with us. And then potentially turning Chamomile into a piece of paper and hiding that fact by rolling up said piece of paper and putting it in my bag. Then we continued on in that wagon for a good bit. Made good friends with the wagon driver. Mordow did. It didn't seem like anybody else was trying to become friends with him. And
a little
then,
rude, honestly.
a little rude.
A little rude.
And then afterwards, we all got to this party and we picked names, which Mordow definitely picked the current captain of the Sparkly Barnacle.
Yep.
And everybody picked a name, and then we opened the door to a guy wearing a creepy mask.
Yep. Not just any guy, but a Aarakocra with orange feathered wings and bright purple head plumage, wearing a plague doctor's mask, holding bagpipes and playing them terribly.
Did he have a bare chest?
He did have a bare chest, indeed. Yes.
That was the thing that I didn't hone in on the wings. It was more of the bare chest.
Yeah. He just looks a little fucked up.
Not fucked up in like beat up, fucked up as in inebriated, right?
Which would you prefer?
In terms of like DEFCON of danger, inebriated would be preferred.
It seems that somebody must have read the synopsis for tonight's episode and mayhaps is a little worried.
No, I didn't read the synopsis.
Okay. Don't do it. It'll ruin the fun for me.
Okay.
I bring nothing in the drift. Did we learn that Aarakocra's name on stream?
We did indeed. We learned his name, and we learned exactly what he sounds like. And I ended... Oh, and Max didn't like that at all. And we ended session right at that moment. Connor, do you remember what that Aarakocra's name is?
Yeah, actually, that is Rigg, who, to poke my own head out from behind the screen a little bit. Rigg is a character that I have heard of quite a bit about over the years, and I'm very excited to see Rigg in a game that I also get to be a part of, and that terrifies me a little bit. Please don't, little one. Thank you.
He's my sweetest, babyest boy.
Terrifying.
I love my child. I have a little doodle of him right behind my computer setup from our adventures in our normal game with him.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. I love him. He's just my sweet. He's just my sweet cheese, my Rigg Stonebridge. All right. Anybody else have any fun things to note?
Do we want to say which name tags the rest of us took? Because I took Chamomile Achievement, Hero of the Realms, which I'm not sure was a good idea, but I did it anyway.
I mean, she's going to show up anyway.
Yeah, we'll see.
Might as well impersonate her since she's impersonating somebody else.
Might as well ruin her good name.
Yeah.
Anybody else remember what name tags they took? I know Max put it in your little tag.
Out of all of them, you pick that one.
Quill took the name tag for a Captain Cleo Torres.
Yep. And Dan already mentioned that he took current Captain Gabriel, current captain of the Sparkly Barnacle. All right. Let us leave this moment of recap and jump back in to our story. You all are standing in the ballroom and are being gazed upon by this creature wearing a Leatherface plague doctor's mask as he holds his bagpipes and addresses you once more by saying, "Hello, my name is Rigg Stonebridge, and I am a good bird. Who are you?"
My name's Gabriel, current captain of the Sparky Barnacle. Yes, Sparkly Barnacle. He wipes off some of the mud that he had all over his hands from throwing it at the wagon driver and puts it out to shake. Sorry, I got some mud on my hand. I was tipping the driver.
And Rigg goes, "You're not Captain Gabriel. You're not my friend. My bestest friend in the whole wide world. My dino nuggies are ready out of the oven. Give me just a moment. I'm going to continue to talk at you, you imposter. You're not my captain. Captain Gabriel didn't want to come with me on this adventure. He decided to stay home in Crassia. I think we reconnected with his girlfriend, and then he chose to stay behind because he was having a PTSD flashback about the time that I sunk his pirate ship with the help of the Kraken. So who the fuck are you? Respectfully."
Well, I had some work done from the PTSD.
All right. If you're truly Captain Gabriel, then tell me something that only current Captain Gabriel will know.
You have an affinity for burning things. To the point where it's real bad for other people.
Gabriel, I didn't realize that you had joined me. Did Medulla or Betty put on a disguise self spell on you?
Yes, but we're not on speaking terms as much. I don't think she likes this.
You're not friends with Betty anymore?
No.
Why not? Was it because you didn't want to go to her latest kegger?
Yes.
The democracy kegger?
After previous interactions, I thought I needed to give some space. And I decided to come back here.
That is a good idea, especially because you did shove Teddy into the stove to help save him after the ship started sinking. I don't quite think Betty appreciated that much.
In current times, people don't appreciate things, but in hindsight, they do.
Oh, sure. She's probably just upset that she couldn't shove Teddy into the oven herself.
Yes. That's definitely like her. I'll go get those dino nuggies.
Okay. And you fuck off to go get the dino nuggies.
Love is going to start to introduce herself as her name tag, and then get the realization, and can I look around and see if there is, like, anyone who looks like Chamomile Achievement in this room?
Absolutely. Can you roll me a investigation check and tell me what it is? Because I'm getting my dino nuggies.
Yes. Yes, I can, and that is a 17 total.
Oh, perfect. The DC was 2.
Nice.
Currently in this room, there's nobody who looks like Chamomile Achievement.
Got it. Yeah, Love will. Hi, I'm Chamomile Achievement, hero of the realms. But you may call me Cam. It's lovely to meet you, unless we've met before, in which case then it is lovely to see you again.
Hello, Clam. I have not met you before, but it's lovely to make your acquaintance. My name is Rigg Stonebridge, and I am a good bird. And he
Yes.
holds out his hand to shake yours.
I will shake that hand.
All right. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh, a con save. Ooh. How about a 14?
14 allows you to see that Rigg has put a joy buzzer on the palm of his hand.
Do I see that before I touch the hand?
Yes.
Okay. Does it look like a normal joy buzzer?
No. Well, you can't tell.
Can't tell. Okay. I'm going to make the conscious decision to go ahead and joy buzz myself on his hand.
Perfect. Please take 1 point of psychic damage.
Ooh, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will. Does it physically hurt my hand? Like, should I react in such a way?
If you'd like.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I'll do a little. Ow! Oh, what a shock your handshake is there.
Aha! Mr. Bill thought that one wouldn't work, but it looks like it did. Captain Gabriel, we have so much to tell Mr. Bill when we get back to Crassia.
Oh, I would love that. You should have seen earlier, I drew on all these people's faces when they were asleep.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. How did we get separated, current Captain Gabriel? Did you decide to come after me when I left on your word as the delegation for this party because you didn't want to go and then you changed your mind?
I did, but I mean, you were expecting me. You put a name tag out.
I'd hoped you'd come. I hoped everybody would come. It's such a shame to go to a party without friends.
That's true. But we're here now, including these other two. But wait, why did you put a name out for Chamomile? This clam.
I didn't. No, I only put name tags out for us. And I had hoped, because it felt like it was some interdimensional travel, that we would be able to see former Captain Yuksud again. But it doesn't look like he's here. And so now I'm more concerned that perhaps he's lost to us forever, and we may never get him back, and we'll lose him to the Nezatrad all over again.
I mean, is that necessarily a bad thing?
Oh, absolutely. You remember all the good that former Captain Yuksud did for us? He brought us together. He made us a crew. He's the one who believed in you to be the current captain after he decided to go into that portal after the Nezatrad, and after that one asshole decided to become captain for a little bit before we all decided to create a mutiny and throw him off the ship into Betty Shark-infested waters, and then made you captain.
Maybe, you know what? Because I've slept since then. I'm kind of merging the two together. But I do remember that he did go to the portal. I think I was just mad in the fact that he didn't put down in writing that I was gonna be the future captain, and so it was just hearsay, and that caused a lot of frustration. But,
from what I remember, Gabriel, you never really wanted to be captain, especially because of what happened on your previous ship because of me and the Kraken. And that's why you rose to the challenge after that one arsehole Leland decided to become captain under all of our noses, and we had that democracy kegger, and then you became captain after we decided to mutinize.
Right. No, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But it's just in the sense that, like, say, if I potentially thought I was gonna say there's another portal and I need to have it on paper that my first mate would be the preferred captain. That way, people could be like, "Oh well, this Leland Junior over here wants to be captain," and then they say, "No, Gabriel wrote here if he ever were to go into a portal or disappear."
Rigg walks up to you and puts both of his hands on your shoulders and stares directly into your eyes and says, Gabriel, I swear to all the gods above and below that if you ever try to jump through a fucking portal like former Captain Yuxud did, and you leave me as your first mate to become the current captain, I will jump into the portal after you, kill you, and then sacrifice our ship to the Kraken again.
Okay, fair enough. I need to make some edits whenever I get back to the ship.
Thank you! And then he just pats you and just waddles back. You know who I think could make a very good captain is Steve, but not one of the other Steves. I think one of the very specific Steves, probably actually your Steve from your port of the crew, he would make a very good captain if we ever wanted to promote him.
I think Steve is too much of a not to say he's a bootlicker.
Oh no, I think Steve is quite reliable, especially because he signed on Little Steve and Other Steve as well. And they came as a package deal, and then I've noticed that Steve has pulled more of his weight than normal recently.
See, that's the thing about cliques. You don't want to vote because, say, I don't know, one day Steve wakes up on the wrong side of the bed. No, you have 3 people to worry about instead of a neutral party.
I suppose that's true. It's a good thing we have plenty of Steves. Perhaps Talanis would appreciate being captain again. Although the Sapphic Sapphire is a very nice vessel now that it's back up and running again.
And so, aside from the former captain, am I the only captain here?
Well, currently yes, because it's just us, and then I suppose the fucker who we're celebrating is here, but I don't know him, and you told me that you didn't know him, and that's why you initially didn't want to come to the party, and why you only sent me as part of the delegation, because you figured I could handle myself, and as long as I was separated from Medulla, then we couldn't get into too much trouble, and therefore we could still potentially get treasure and accolades back to Krasia afterwards, if this goes right. And since I have the highest charisma on the ship, you sent me over Betty.
Right. Yeah, Betty's not very reliable.
Are you fucking kidding me,
I
Gabriel?
just mean I wouldn't trust anyone else other than you.
Absolutely not. You're not Captain Gabriel at fucking all. You wouldn't trust me as far as you could throw me, and I have wings.
I don't trust anything that's going on in this house. And
no, so for real though, who the fuck are you if you're not my bestest friend in the whole wide world, current Captain Gabriel?
Who is anybody?
You can't get philosophical on me. I've talked to the fucking Kraken. He took my beak.
A beak's just a beak.
No, a beak is how I look normal around other people and how I eat seeds and other fish.
You get a prosthetic?
Nope, that's what the mask is for.
Well, you could get a prosthetic. I know plenty of birds that have gotten prosthetics.
Name one.
There's one bird named Ichabod.
He's a crane, though. Cranes are barely birds.
I still have a beak. Do you have one of those feathery tongues?
The fuck do you mean, feathery tongue?
Like toucans.
No.
They have a very thin feathery tongue.
No.
Okay. Well, I just was wondering what was all the damage.
Do you want to see? There's a reason why I wear the mask.
I mean, yes, that's fine. If you're comfortable with sharing.
And then I'm going to step in and seeing that Mordell is blown his cover and stuff, say, so Walter D. Piddly. Well, is it Walter or Walter?
Walther.
Okay, so Walter D. Piddly.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Walther D. Piddly. My name is Rigg Stonebridge, and I am a good bird.
I can see that.
Oh, you're a charmer. I like you already. Would you like to change your name to Steve and join our crew?
No, thank you.
Unfortunate.
So who are we? Sorry.
What?
Who are we here to celebrate?
Oh, well, you see, the invitations said that it was for an old friend of ours named Captain Cyril Roche, but he's never been to Crossia before, so I don't know how that could be. Which is why I got sent here, not anybody else.
Makes sense.
Does it though? Because all I can really do is unsettle people, play the bagpipes poorly, and Medulla can set people on fire with his mind.
Right, but sometimes you don't need people catching on fire all the time.
Are you sure? You've never been to Crossia then? It solves a lot of problems, especially when you have a bottle of grease. Right.
No, I totally understand that. I'm more of the explosions side myself. But in the sense of if you go ahead and start burning everyone, they're not going to be able to tell you what the treasure is.
Oh no, that's why I have double proficiency in survival, and I have my special skill called Rigg Spelunking. I can't roll below 32.
Okay.
That's why they keep me on the team.
That's a weird way to put that, Rigg, but I like your style. I like the cut of your jib, if you will.
I thank you. I don't have jib as part of my natural anatomy, but I am able to peek through the curtains at the fourth wall. I'm kind of like Deadpool.
I wish I knew what you were referring to, but that sounds very, very interesting. Do you happen to know more information about what we're doing here tonight?
Sure.
Yeah, what's going on here, you think?
I don't know.
Oh, have you ever been here before?
No.
Ah, I see. Did anyone prepare you with any information before you got here?
No.
Are you also just a guest like us?
Yes.
Yes, that's why I have a name tag.
Right.
It says Rigg Stonebridge, good bird.
That's wonderful.
Current first mate of the sparkly barnacle.
Right.
Terror of the deep, friend to the kraken.
It says all that.
Friend to Gabriel, current captain of the, and then it trails off.
Got it. Maybe it's on the back.
He rips it off. He looks at it. Nope.
Okay. All right. That's very interesting information there. Okay. Well, Rigg, it was lovely meeting you. I'm just gonna go. I guess find me a drink, as something that I, Chamomile Achievement, aka Cam, hero of the realms, likes to do, is find a drink, and I will turn. And I want to look and see, is there anyone in this room that does not have a name tag?
Flam.
Yeah, it's Cam, actually.
That's what I said. Flam.
Yep, that sure is what you said. Thanks for that, I guess.
You're welcome, Flam. It was lovely meeting you. You should also think about changing your name to Steve so that you can join the crew.
You know, I might just do that. I, Chamomile Achievement.
Would you like to? And then Rigg just like does this, and then a magical contract appears between his hands, and it's a very complicated contract that basically says that you have no rights and you have to change your name to Steve.
Got it. I think Love, having experienced enough of the Feywild, will see that contract and then immediately do like a dismissive, like, oh no, thank you, and like arcanely no, and just back away and try and blend in with the crowd at the site.
Suit yourself.
Ugh. Terrifying.
Good, as you should be.
When I introduce myself to him, because I've got the hagstone disguise as a monocle, is there anything that I spot while looking at him?
Yeah, you for some reason see through Rigg's cleverly maintained disguise and bravado, and you see your DM choking on a dino nuggie. Give me 1 second. Cool. You see a terrified-looking bird with his feathers plucked from his face, his beak cracked and disjointed. And you see just behind his shoulder. Oh, thank you, Marjorie. Marjorie said I'm the goat. You mess with the goat, you get the horns. Aha. You see just behind Rigg's shoulder a spectral image of a emaciated man in a vest without a head, but just tentacles writhing from his neck into the air.
Seeing that, I am going to back away slowly.
That's all right. That's a natural reaction to who I am as a person.
If I can, I'll signal to Love to come over, like when she can.
Yeah, I think Love is gonna do kind of a visual sweep through the room and just see if there's anyone who does not have a name tag, and then if there's nothing that stands out with that, we'll notice Sir Walther P. Diddley and head over. Depending on what the results of that scan shows.
To answer your question about the scan, you see 3 servants who are in the back corner kind of huddled around one of the catering tables. and they don't have name tags on them, but they are dressed in servants' attire. They're 2 men and a woman, and they're huddled together, kind of gossiping.
Got it. Okay. Do they look like they're like secretly trying to avoid work, or are they kind of openly gossiping?
Roll either investigation or insight.
What's better?
Well, you have a +8 to investigation, as I can see.
I do. That beats it by 1. So that's 11 total.
Okay. You can see that they are. The woman is shoving cookies into her apron, but the 2 men are holding, just very casually, food, and are kind of like snacking on it as they are talking to each other in hushed tones.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep an eye on them, but I'll head back over to talk with Quendar. And once I get close, I'm gonna stay with them in like line of sight, and then if that means like awkwardly shuffling, I just want to keep them in that field of view. But I'll be next to Quendar. Be like, yeah, what's up?
Let's actually come back to you guys in just a few moments, and let's go to Quill, because Erica was trying to talk.
Quill is just over by that catering table, just double fisting cinnamon rolls.
Okay. He can certainly do that. The servants are taking glances at you, but are otherwise just talking amongst themselves.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here, just one cinnamon roll in one hand, one in the other, just taking a bite of each one. I'll get my chipmunked out, cheeks full, but my center passage clear, and I'll sit here, and Mitch is like, "What's supposed to happen at this party?" And just like sitting here, it's like talking to the caterers, like, "What's going on?" and be completely unaware of what is supposed to be happening, because I am unaware of what is actually supposed to be happening.
Roll a charisma check at disadvantage for me, please.
Oh, yeah, do. It's still 12.
Okay. With a 12, the woman kind of like looks at you, eyes you up and down, and then just doesn't acknowledge you. But one of the men kind of leans over his shoulder, not facing you, and says, "It's a wedding party. It's a reception. For the captain. Yeah, just don't even worry about it. It's gonna be super chill. Nothing's really gonna happen probably. We're really just kind of here for the food. Let us know if you like want a drink or something, or if you want any like refills on the cinnamon rolls, and also if you're choking, I guess, because you're just going ham on those."
I'm kind of only here for the food too, mate.
I'm just saying, like.
But is it an open bar?
Yeah, I guess.
Fuck yeah. And I will just, it's like, bottle of champagne, bottle of liquor, doesn't matter. I'm just going to find one.
You find a punch bowl on another long catering table that is, why are you boxing Puff? That is literally just a Long Island iced tea punch bowl.
Heaven. Yeah, Quill will fill his cup.
Perfect. You are able to do that. And there are plenty of little cups around the punch bowl for you to use as well. Back to Quendar and to Love.
we'll say to Love, can see what's happened to his, facing big thing. But there's something. Is it a ghost or is it just like an apparition?
You don't feel any sign of a ghost, meaning you don't feel anything like cold or chills at this time. So the best you can assume is that it is just a spectral apparition.
Yeah, I'll say it's a spectral apparition of someone that is, how do I say, headless with tentacles coming out of it? If I'm correct.
Yep.
Just behind them.
Okay. That sounds concerning, and that sounds like the makings of a good story, I guess. Okay. Can you can see that thing, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And I'll point towards the monocle, disguised as a
Right.
that's a with hagstone disguised.
Got it. Okay. Let me think about myself and maybe something that I could do to possibly help with this, but I don't actually know if I have anything that would help. Nope. And nope. Okay, maybe. Okay. Okay. So all right. I don't really know exactly what's going on here, but this seems to be like a party, and we're, got these name tags. I wonder what we're supposed to be, what roles we're playing in this story, right? So if that's the case, I don't know. This is odd, but hey, Mr. Rigg.
Oh, you don't have to call me Mr. Rigg. My name is Rigg Stonebridge, and I am a good bird. I'm not
Right.
a Mr. at all. That would be Mr. Bill. His full name is Bill Ricks. He's fucking weird. He's
Yeah.
French.
That's fascinating. Hey, Rigg, I have a question for you. Did you have to travel like far to get here? Like, did you like hop through any portals or like go on any like interplanar adventure type things or anything like that to
What
get to
are
this
you, a
location?
fucking Nezatrad?
I don't even know what that is, but I am an adventurer and a wanderer myself.
I'm going to do insight on you for that, because I don't trust you.
That I'm an adventurer and a wanderer?
That you're not a Nezatrad.
I don't even know what that is.
How does a 19 treat you?
That, I guess, treats me in a way that would show that maybe I'm not a nether Chad? Because I don't...
Tell me what you know about naval travel and the domain of Crassia, and also whatever the fuck your friends did to fuck up Crassia City.
Okay. Yeah, I would be happy.
I'll play my bagpipes if you don't.
I don't know if I want that or not.
This is a threat, motherfucker.
Can I... Okay, alright. If this is a threat, motherfucker. Can I see...
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to lie.
Mm-hmm. Why would you?
Exactly.
Goddamn,
Is there a mechanical roll that I could make to try and piece together context clues from what Rigg has just said to form something sembling of like knowledge based around this?
You could try and roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Yeah, I think... Okay. Love is going to, in a very, like, placatey kind of hands-up gesture, go, alright, Rigg, I'm gonna level with you.
Alright.
I don't know...
Bold move.
...anything about naval
clear.
travel
beyond
the very basics
Uh-huh.
of how a ship theoretically works.
Sure.
My level of expertise is more in terms of like Fey portals and traveling through different pockets of the Feywild and
I
all
met
of
a
the
Fey once. She asked me what former Captain Yuxud's name was, and I didn't give him my name, but fucking former Captain Yuxud was a dumbass and gave him her name. Gave her his name. Words are hard. I'm just a bird.
Yeah, no, and I understand that, and that was a very good move, not giving a name to a Fey creature, because that can be a very dangerous thing.
I'm not dumb.
Yeah, that is
Be
very
a bird,
clear.
but I'm not bird-brained. I technically am bird-brained. I do have the same size of a bird brain as most birds do in Crassia. However, I'm 8 years old, so I'm borderline ancient at this point.
Right.
What were we talking about?
You know,
do you want to hear me play my bagpipes?
I would love that, actually. Would you mind?
I'm really good on performance roles.
Sure, go for it.
You ready?
I guess so.
You're gonna regret this.
That's
the highest I've rolled on a performance my entire life. It's an 18, and Rigg just starts playing Sandstorm on his bagpipes.
Got it. Love is going to transcend reality and bop along, because like this is actually like, wow, pretty good. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's thank you for this. I'm actually gonna go have a bit of a snack while I enjoy this beautiful music.
It's on my canon playlist on Spotify.com.
That's what a thing to say. And Love will turn
many unsettling things
to face Quendar, and I'm gonna go talk with the servants. Do you want to keep an eye on the apparition-y thing, or do more investigating thing? I don't know what is the bestest option to do.
The apparition is just bopping along behind Rigg as Sandstorm plays.
How does he play those notes so fast?
Rigg's real good at it. It's his theme song after all.
He's got 2.
Do I notice any other guests besides us and the host within this chamber?
The host is presumably not here, because you see that the servants that are in the room are very relaxed, and are actively shoving food into their pockets or their mouths. They're standing around gossiping, and there appears to be nobody resembling the tall portrait of the man in his naval coat that's hanging above the fireplace. And as in terms of other guests, it's just you guys. And Rigg, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing Quill done. I'm going to go over to the servants and ask, is any more people going to arrive, or is it just us for now?
The same servant who had...
and while I'm there, does my hagstone pick up anything from the 3 servants?
Hagstone doesn't pick up anything strange from the servants, and the same one that had talked to Quill turns to regard you and says, no.
I'll introduce myself. Sir Walter D. Pidley. Walter is hard to pronounce. I know. Saying Walter.
Funnily enough, the same person who the guy who plays Walter D. Pidley and Gabriel, same person. My lovely friend Seika, true comedy genius. The same servant turns and says, "Hi. Good to make your acquaintance, I guess." No, honestly, we were surprised that there's this many people here. I mean, you're cool, right? Like you're not gonna narc on us or anything?
No.
No? Alright,
Can I do an Can I do an insight check?
Sure. Yeah. As you roll this, the servant says, "We're actually kind of, disappointed that this many people showed up. It means less food for us to take back to our families."
18. Don't worry about me. I'll eat my own food, and I'm gonna pull out another bit of blue banana bread and just snack on it.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
I
you
got
brought
my own
your
food,
own.
yeah.
You brought your own supply to a party. That's radical, my guy.
This one is I love, and I show them. It's blue banana bread. They don't react to it.
They're kind of like, that's fucking weird, but we're not going to yuck anyone's yum because we're not paid to do that.
You enjoyed the food.
Yeah, you too, man. And they just kind of continue on. You notice that when they said that they were a little disappointed that that so many people showed up because that means that they don't get to take home more food, they specifically shot a glance over to Quill.
And I see him stuffing his face.
Mm-hmm. Well, probably full of Long Island iced tea punch now.
So, Rigg, have you? Oh, sorry. Go on.
No. I'll say to Quill what I said to Love or Cleo. They're known as now. That there is an apparition. So is it behind them? Like it's a person?
It's kind of like hovering right over his left shoulder. Just kind of standing behind there, never touching, never really intruding on anything. It's just sort of there.
Yeah, I'll say to Quill that my my hag son has picked up an apparition behind Roger of a headless man with tentacles coming out of the base of the head, or just tentacles coming off him.
Beheaded with tentacles sprouting from the neck.
Yeah, and I'll describe that to him.
Yeah, you can also see that I forgot to mention is that this apparition has a deep knife wound in his gut.
Like his gut spilling out, or is it just like a cut?
Not spilling out, but definitely stabbed, and kind of bruised and bloody. And you swear you can see a little bit of a tentacle slip out and then just slip back inside of this person.
Yep. And I'll say that to Quill or Cleo.
Oh, bollocks. Haunted, guardian, possession. Any of these things are going to make everything.
Doesn't look like a ghost because it's not changing the environment.
And you said it looks like a headless person with
tentacles coming from its head and cut across its gut, or where's the cut? Is it on the gut?
It's on the gut. It's in the abdomen. It's on the caudal abdomen on the ventral side. He got stabbed. He got stabbed in the gut.
And while I'm looking at the separation, do I notice what clothes he's wearing, if any?
Kind of generic pirate clothes. Some tattered breeches, a vest. He's bare chested. Some one shoe. Otherwise, yeah, just very generic pirate clothes.
Yeah, and I'll describe that to Quill.
Yeah, that is beyond weird. I'm looking for a place to wipe all of the sugar from the cinnamon rolls off of my hands.
You find a tablecloth, or you find a lovely little platter with silk napkins atop it.
Odd or even.
Even.
I know which one you were going to go for.
So that is even. That means I will be using the napkins.
Oh, that's a surprise, honestly.
I was originally thinking drapes.
Drapes are a good option, also. You wipe your hands on the napkins. They're very silky and soft to the touch.
Is anybody else coming here?
Are you asking him or?
Well, I mean,
the
you've been
servant?
walking around. Arthur, is anybody else coming this evening?
It looks like it's just us for now.
Well, that's going to make for a less interesting story than others could account for.
I look at Riggs. I say, Riggs, how about we go see if we can find the host, and if not, let's start a small fire.
Oh, you're tempting me to do arson, and we just met. Are you sure you won't join my crew? I won't even make you change your name to Steve.
I'll think about it.
Okay, perfect. No. Well,
Oi.
actually, that's a lie. Because I do quite miss my good friend Medulla Oblong Bomba, and he would also encourage fucking off on our own and then going to cause chaos. We've done it many times before. That's how we got sent to jail together, and how we got those collars that would have made our heads explode if we didn't finish our tasks on time. Yeah, sure, fuck it, let's do it.
Okay.
Oi, Captain Gabriel, who's your friend?
My name is Rigg Stonebridge, and I'm a good bird.
He is a good
That's
bird.
not Captain Gabriel, who is my
I'm
bestest
only
friend in the
going-
whole wide world, and I have given him 2 friendship eggs. They're written down on his character sheet. I know they are. I've seen them.
I'm just reading the name tag. I am a dubious fellow in a trench coat, and I am wearing a name tag that says Cleo Torres. Pleasure to meet you.
You're not Captain Cleo Torres.
I never said I was. I said I am a dubious fellow in a trench coat wearing a name tag that reads Captain Cleo Torres.
Alright, but just know I don't trust you. You're coming off as quite abrasive. And you know what we do to abrasive coming off of folks in Crassia City?
Catch him on fire.
We catch them on fire and throw grease bottles at them. You're right, not current Captain Gabriel.
That's right.
Abrasive? Huh. I thought I was charming.
Your charisma score can't outdo mine, because I'm a good bird.
I'm not a bird at all. Probably right.
Rigg, do you have rocks in your stomach?
Do I have rocks in my stomach? No, I don't need to eat rocks to simulate a crop. I'm also not a grebe. My name is Rigg Stonebridge, and I'm a proud Aarakocra from Whitecap. Oh, it was such a great city. I thought so highly of it until I realized that the vast landscapes I had imagined in my brain were just a shit-covered rock in the middle of the ocean.
So do you have teeth?
Not anymore.
So do you
wait, in my mouth or
in your
in
mouth?
general? Because in general, perhaps.
Right.
I will
in
show
general,
you my
I also
process.
have some teeth.
Right. Can't
But-
go around fucking judging me about that. However, I have never had teeth in my mouth because I am a good bird who did not grow teeth. I only had a beak, a maxilla, and a mandible to be exact. And then they were stolen by the Kraken. And that's how I met Captain Gabriel.
But you never ate any rocks?
You can't prove anything. X-rays haven't been invented yet.
That's fair. I just was wondering how you chew things up.
I don't. I have to eat soft foods or mashed foods.
Well,
I like to eat smoothies and sausages up in my crow's nest at night when nobody's around to see me eat because I'm self-conscious about it because I don't have a beak anymore and I don't want people to be scared. So I huddle myself up in my crow's nest at night when everybody else has gone to sleep. And I've raided things from the kitchen after Betty has made them and gone to bed. And then I just go up there and I eat all by myself and keep all the food scraps up there so that nobody can ever know my dark secret.
Jesus Christ. How about we go watch a little Mordell says that and just walks up.
This is all canon Rigg lore, by the way, and everything that he has said is canon to the campaign that he is part of.
No, I figured, and that's why
I spent years cultivating this boy's backstory.
Mordell just seeing the hole digging deeper and deeper. He's just like, I gotta get out of here.
Take me to therapy. You'll regret it. I promise you.
I will.
Burn.
We'll get more again. More. I know it's Mordell, not like Gabriel, and just hint towards Mordell to like come towards me.
Hold on.
But off to the side, just out of earshot.
I have to go speak to this gentleman. Can you go get a handle of the most flammable whiskey and meet me at the door?
Oh, sure. It's in my pouch right now. And he just pulls out a giant jug of rum and just stands there holding it.
Well,
like out of a pocket or just...
You don't know what I've got.
But Rigg, take advantage of the open bar. Just get some of theirs too. I'll see you in a second.
No, those are hard-working individuals. We respect the working class in Crossia City.
We respect the working class, yes, but do you think the working class bought any of those bottles?
No, but they're sure partaking in it because they don't have much else in this town because their stupid fucking overlord is a piece of shite, and that's why I was sent here, was to murder him. Oh no, I've said too much.
No, you're saying the exact same right amount. But the thing is, alcohol is not a necessity.
You sure?
If you get the alcohol, they're going to focus more on the necessities. So grab one of those, and I need to speak to my this individual here that I know nothing of.
All right, if you say so, current Captain Gabriel, who's not actually current Captain Gabriel, I'll fuck off and get alcohol. And then Rigg walks over to the Long Island iced tea punch bowl and just takes it.
Good bird.
Thank you, I know.
Yes.
I'll say just to make sure that it's not suspicious. I am Sir Walter D. Pidley.
Yes.
With a bit of a wink towards Mordell.
I heard you announce yourself whenever you were speaking to Rigg earlier.
It's kind of like our thing. I say, hello, my name is Rigg Stonebridge and I'm a good bird, and then Sir Waffle D. Piddly does the same. We're one and the same.
Yes. D. Piddly.
And I'll say the same thing I said to the other two. Like, there's an apparition behind him that's headless with tentacles coming out of his head. Not a ghost.
You think it's like a patron?
No.
How do you know?
It's more of an apparition. So, like,
patrons are just fuck all apparitions. It's something for you to think about. And then I just walk off.
Patrons are just fuck all apparitions.
So
That's
gods.
and the
Patrons
gods.
gods.
What I can see under his mask. Like, he said he doesn't have a beak anymore. So, like, you said he doesn't have a beak?
No, he doesn't have a beak, so what? What about it?
I'll say that is... Can I say his beak is broken? Sort of? Like, not gone, like, broken. Like...
That's what he said.
Like, it's still there, it's still attached, but it's broken, like someone just punched him.
Oh, so there's a beak still there?
Yeah.
So he's a lying bird.
I would never lie. Would you like to see? And Rigg takes off his mask, and his beak isn't punched off. It's broken off as if a giant sucker attached itself to his beak and ripped it off of his face.
That's what Maximus had seen?
Quindar.
Oh, Quindar, yeah. Is that what Quindar had seen too?
Yes.
So it's like is it stuck in the mask, or is it just like it just came off?
There's no beak. It is just negative space. And Rigg stands there barefaced to all of you and says, "Look upon me and weep, and take 3 psychic damage, as was foretold by the gods."
I don't think it looks too bad.
Okay, you can just take 2 psychic damage then, because you're nice to me.
I mean, this guy can't look into the sun, so which is worse?
Why can't he look into the sun?
You got bad eyesight.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't make it as a pirate.
No, unless he just was underground the whole time.
I guess you could take the night watch.
He's just below deck.
That's true.
You know, most pirates they're not missing eyes. They usually use the eye patch so they can switch it over and go below deck and see everything.
Well, they miss eyes when I take them from them.
Right. No. Yes. Sure. But most people have 2 legs unless you take one of them from them.
Yeah, sometimes people have torso attached to the lower abdomen until I take it from them and put it in a dinghy.
And sometimes people have tentacles for heads.
The fuck you say to me?
I said sometimes people have tentacles for heads.
Now, where would you find information about that?
From stories.
From stories?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. What stories?
I heard about this one time. It's a story of these people that went to a carnival, and there was a bunch of different rooms, and in one of them, this lady was just made out of tentacles. It was a spooky story.
Sounds like it's a monster fucker story.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you're into. I'm putting my mask back on and I'm taking the alcohol with me.
Wait, what do you mean monster fuck? Book.
Rigg.
Hey, hold on, Rigg. We're burning stuff down. And I do not fuck monsters.
Sure.
Rigg,
Yes.
the injury looked very painful. I'm sorry that
thank
you
you.
struggle with it.
Oh, I don't struggle with it anymore. I've actually gotten real good at it.
Good to see you making a positive turn.
Bazinga.
What the fuck did you just say?
It's my magic self-confidence word. Whenever people get too close to me, I just do this and say bazinga, and then they walk away. I don't share alcohol with monster fuckers.
I'm
Get your own alcohol.
I'm gonna commit arson without you.
Okay, I can commit better arson without you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, I'll do it. Nobody's here to stop me.
With all
I'm
the caterers,
cannon.
will all the caterers go ahead, pack up all the food, and get to a safe distance? It looks like there's about to be an awesome competition. We just don't want you getting in the way.
No, we're good. Honestly, it'd be more exciting than anything else that would happen in this place.
I understand that. You can watch from a safe distance. Just don't want you getting caught in the flames, and I do want you to be able to get as much of the food as you can for everything's engulfed in flame and smoke.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Thanks, though.
Right. All right. Let's begin the arson competition then.
All right. I miss Medulla. He loved arson competitions.
Did they beat you in them?
No, we always worked as a team.
Well, you called me a monster.
I'm on standby just watching.
I'm pretty sure you're a monster fucker who's just never come to terms with it. It's okay. You can accept that part of yourself. I've heard lovely stories about Minotaur milking farms and lovely sirens and hydras and a whole bunch of different stories. I mean, fuck. Look at me and my people. There's got to be some kind of monster fucker story in here. I'm a humanoid bird that can talk. I'm a sentient creature. Shit's fucked.
Mordell very much. Yeah, he. I was gonna say something, but Mordell's not that mean.
Oh no, please hit me. It'll be funny.
He is a killer, but he is not. Well, yeah, no.
No, please.
He's a killer, but not a torturer.
He's a killer, not a torturer.
No, come on, I can take it. Give it to me, big man. Let's go.
No, I'm okay. I'm just gonna burn things down.
I'll give you $1.
What the fuck is $1?
I'll give you a grease bottle that you can use for arson and not anything else.
I'm not some sort of animomorphic dog that you could convince by doubling down on the things that you give me.
What about this really cool Chain of the Whip Devil? Whip of the Chain Devil. Fuck, words are hard.
You gotta be specific. Is it a whip of the chain devil or a chain of the whip devil?
Sorry,
I don't like the whip devil.
It's a lash of the chain devil. It does 1d10 plus 7 piercing damage, magical, and uses your dexterity modifier as the attack modifier. And on a successful hit, the target must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be stunned for 1 round.
You think I'm dexterous?
I don't know. I figured you might just enjoy it.
I'm all muscle.
All right.
I think you would enjoy it. That does sound kinky.
I'll just go fuck myself then, but not with the lash of the chain devil because I'm canonically asexual because I'm 8 years old and a good bird.
The birds live to 50.
Who knows? There haven't been any good studies on it for Aarakocra.
But the average life expectancy.
Well, See, it depends, because if you're a parrot-based Aarakocra, then your average lifespan is between 80 and 100 years. If you're a albatross-based Aarakocra, then your life expectancy is around 70 years or so, 50 years perhaps. If you're a seagull, then your average life expectancy is nothing, because there's actually nothing known as a seagull in the world. But if you're a glaucous gull based Aarakocra, about 6 years. A pelican based Aarakocra, about 25 years on average.
That last one you said, the gull thing, is that the one that you visit the beach and he steals your fucking chips?
No. Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Oh.
We're the worst kind of Aarakocra, really.
Yeah, they can go ahead and shorten their lifespans. I want my own fucking chips, thank you.
Well, maybe you should learn how to share when you're on the beach, because we have to eat too. Bitch.
Maybe become a bird of prey, bitch.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and
DMID1, bitch.
You work on a pirate ship, you get a share, you can go ahead and get your own money and buy your own chips.
Oh, I do. Would you like to know how much money I have?
If you care to brag.
I have 3,217 gold in my pocket right this instant.
It's a very heavy pocket.
No, I don't feel like that's safe information for me to tell you. I kept it in my safe in my crow's nest with all my food garbage.
That's also a very easy place to hide it.
You'll never find the sparkly barnacle.
Well, if I show enough people this name tag, maybe I will.
I dare you to try.
We could just get very drunk, walk down the street, and complain that I'm too drunk to find my boat.
You know what? I'm going to replace everything with
landlocked
rocks.
State.
See, we're very drunk and we don't know where we parked the boat.
You know, while you're talking, you're not doing a lot of killing.
No. Former Captain Yuxud told me I wasn't allowed to kill anymore because that's not a very true neutral thing of me to do. It leaned more towards into chaotic evil, and I didn't want to do that. So I had to adjust my expectations about how I acted around people. Now I just read storybooks.
So Captain Yuxud was warning you that you weren't a good bird.
Oh no, former Captain Yuxud was all for me doing that, but he wanted me to stop getting so much attention on the wanted posters because he wanted to be on the wanted posters because he's a weird fucking snake man.
Well, he's a portal man now.
Well, now he's a portal man and he got kidnapped by the Nezatrad. Who knows what they're doing to him? I miss him.
What if the longer that we talk here, the closer the Nezatrad is from busting up this party?
Oh, the Nezatrad are always close by. That's also why I'm here. It's so that I can kill the Nezatrad.
Well,
they tried to take Teddy from us once. They won't try that again.
Well, I'm gonna go burn the second floor.
Okay. Have fun.
Don't tell me what to do.
Then don't fucking burn the second floor, you bitch.
And then he just turns.
And this is how Rigg made a new best friend. All right. So who wants to get to the plot now?
Wait, there's a plot?
There's a plot, surprisingly.
Oh, I thought we were just going to set the house on fire and Quill was going to go grab all the hors d'oeuvres on the tray and just dump them into a pocket in his coat and walk out of the house.
Yeah, you guys can certainly do that. It wouldn't be the first time that you've obviated all my hard thought out plans.
But this time we do it at under your leadership.
Yeah, because Rigg is here and Rigg is an agent of chaos.
So, while all that was going on, Love was over talking to Love was doing a sweep through the room to see if there were any other people in notable like plot thematic lighting or trying to draw on previous experience from the last party or the party with within the donkey skin story and trying to avoid another Borealis story and see if there's anyone else like highlighted in like a strategic zone, as well as getting a general layout of this room. And if there's any other doors, anything I can peek through to see if there's other avenues through the house, anything of that sort.
Yeah. What do you mean by avenues throughout the house?
I think so we retracing steps, we came in through a door into this room. Did we travel through other aspects of the house?
No.
To get to this room?
You ready to look at the map real quick?
I would love to look at the map real quick.
Okay. So this is the front door. This is the entryway.
Yeah.
This is where you picked up your name tags.
Right.
This is the door you walked into. This is where Rigg decided to be a menace to society.
Got it. Okay. Then what I would like to do as Love is I would like to, as I do this sweep through the room, check out and see if I can look through this, I guess technically western or southwesternmost door to see what's in that room without necessarily going in it, but see if I can peek if that's like social bad form or such things.
Okay. So I'm sorry, which room did you want to go to?
Sorry, this one down here, what looks like to be a table.
Oh, sure. Let's zoom in so that the audience can see what we're doing.
Yes, please.
Yes, look at this map that I worked so hard on.
It's so pretty.
Brr. So from the dining room, you peek through the door from the ballroom, you peek into the door into the dining room, which has a long table that is set for dinner, presumably, with feasting trays, chairs lining both sides of the table, and then two very prominent chairs at each of the figureheads. You can see that there is a large pipe organ to one end of the room, and then to the other end there is a smaller fireplace, as well as a door leading into a different area of the house, and the wall that we see having stones is floor to ceiling windows showing the murky, rainy outside scenery.
Okay. And then is there anyone in that room?
Yes.
Okay.
Perched on the table on this side of the dining room is a very sexily dressed maid posing and polishing a champagne flute.
Got it. Love is going to normally pass that by of just like, oh, excuse me, and then think about it and go like, no.
You can see that there's a spotlight on her.
Yeah, I think that's where Love just okay, got this. Look back, see everyone arguing with Rigg about arson competitions, and just and then I will go in, and if I can, I will shut the door most of the way. I don't want to like latch it, but I want to kind of like close it behind me to drown out the noise. And then I'll go up and be like, hello there. My name is, and look at her name tag. Sorry?
Bonjour. Salut. Bonsoir. Bonne nuit.
Right.
Hello. Is that the one that you prefer?
Yeah, that one will do. We can just answer in common. That seems to be a common language for all of us. Am I right?
Oh. Sacre bleu. Common.
Excuse me.
So, average. Ugh.
Right.
That was German. How may I be of assistance to you? She's speaking in common now.
Got it. Yes. Hi.
I did my best. I tried.
My name is Cam. I'm a hero to all the realms. I was wondering if what actually. Let's start with you. What's your name?
Oh, I am not paid to divulge my name.
Right.
I am simply paid to sit here, look pretty, and polish the champagne flutes.
Right. Can I look around? Are there other champagne flutes?
Oui.
Do any of them have champagne in them?
No.
Right. Okay. You're doing a lovely job, Miss.
Yes.
So I was just curious. Do you know the owner of this mansion?
Oh, maybe.
Right. And do you happen to know where this owner is right now?
Oui.
Could you tell me where the owner is?
No.
Right. Okay. Do you happen to know what if there's anything interesting that's happening around here besides this lovely party?
Simply the party for his new wife.
New bride. That's wonderful. Where did the
Oui.
lovely couple meet?
Where he always meets his lovely new brides of the town.
Of course, that's where the people are. Of course.
As I said, I am not paid to know things. I am simply paid to sit here, look pretty, polish champagne flutes.
Right. Of course. And that's all you do is just polish
Oui.
the champagne flutes? Wow. That's quite.
No, I also sit here, look pretty.
Of course, and you are just absolutely the prettiest. That's just a lovely.
Maybe I'm not into women though.
Oh yeah, no, I completely understand. I'm just trying to.
I am not. No. You do not have to play with me in such a way.
No, absolutely not.
I am not a girl's girl.
Sure.
As I
Yes.
say.
I understand.
I assume that all females are jealous of me, which you should be, because I am pretty, and you are not.
Right. Of
now,
course.
if you excuse me, I must return to my very well-paying job.
Of course. Sure. I think Love will just awkwardly like shit. Yeah, absolutely, and like back towards the door and hand on the door handle, kind of like click in brain a little bit. Can I see what ancestry is she?
Human.
Human, and then the other caterers or the servants at the catering location, were they all humans too?
Yep.
Okay, and opening the door and looking in at the guests, Rigg is obviously an Aarakocra, and we are us. What's the general ancestral makeup of everyone else in here?
Human.
Is it's all exclusively human?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
By my button, seeing Love head towards that way. Instead of going in, can I get my token to be on the map? It's not on it.
Oh yeah. Chat, be so chill and don't tell the players about what they're saying on this.
Well, you can see it because it's
no, you can't.
next to me.
No, you can't. Shut up.
Right there.
Don't worry about it. Okay,
Alexa, stop.
So yeah, seeing Love go there, I'm not gonna go into the rooms because it'll be impolite to go into places where we're probably not allowed to. I'll just poke my head in and then look and see if my hagstone picks up anything. Again.
Okay. Sorry, I'm responding to a text message. Okay. You don't see anything of note in the dining room. You do just see the very pretty maid perched on the table polishing champagne flutes.
Like there's nothing that pops out.
Nope.
Then I'll give a then I'll give a gesture to love. Like when I look in there, I'll give a bit of a either thumbs up or thumbs down. I give a thumbs up saying all clear.
Love will. Yeah, I think I'm like in between you and the door, right? Or I'm like in between you and the room. Love will turn back to this maid, and have, I guess, like a flash of moment or whatever. Au revoir. Merci beaucoup. And start to close the door and go, les portes, open or closed? And kind of like snap out of her brain a little bit.
Him. Polish, polish, polish.
Okay.
And she does not acknowledge you.
Sure.
But as you like turn to leave, you hear, the females here are just so contrived, and they simply do not appreciate the men that they have in their lives.
Okay. That is suspicious.
She warned you and said that she wasn't a girl's girl.
Yeah, no, that's totally makes sense. I'm trying to piece things together, in character and out of character. That is
Good luck.
Suspicious. Thanks. Yeah, and Love will, in I guess a bit of like a awkward. I don't. All right. Close. Was the door open or closed when she walked by?
It was open.
Open. Okay. We'll leave it open, and then I think at that point she'll head back over with Quendar to the others.
I'm going upstairs.
You're going upstairs? Okay. All right.
And before Love leaves again, I'll see the maid again. Do I see the interactions they had with each other?
You probably heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, see if she gives a bit of a different reaction. I'm just popping my head in, and then as I see her, I just give her a bit of a wink, like hello.
Yeah, she looks you up and down, and then she raises her eyebrow, and then kind of shimmies her shoulders a little bit, and then continues polishing her champagne flute.
So she's flirting. Is she flirting or not?
She responded Frenchly to your wink.
Ever-French.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll pop my head back into the thing and just probably pull her Love.
All right.
I think we'll be a distance behind Mordau that we can't directly stop Mordau from doing what Mordau's going to do, but can definitely observe it.
Right. Oh, beans. All of my maths got deleted off of Roll20. Okay, give me just a minute. Let me re-upload those real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. This is the map I want. So, Dan, you want to go up to the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You approach the staircase to lead you upwards, and you hear the tapping of shoes coming down the staircase as you approach it. And you, what would you like to do? Would you like to continue forward, or would you like to stop?
In the you always don't show hesitation. I'm going to keep on walking up the stairs as I hear this tapping of the feet.
Okay. You see a gentleman who looks astonishingly like the portrait that was hanging in the ballroom, dressed all in proper white attire, and regal sashes, metals clinking from his jacket and from his epaulets, holding the hand delicately of a lovely woman who is wearing a crushed blue velvet dress. And as you pass by each other on the stairs, the woman kind of looks to you, and the man says, "Oh, Old Bean, I'm sorry. You're going the wrong way for the party."
I thought this was a whole mansion party.
Oh, well, the mansion is not fully off limits at this time. You would be remiss to see the main event, as it were.
Okay. I mean, I have some business I got to do, but yes, sir. Fine. Let's have the party.
And what business would that be?
I gotta take care of this bottle here, and he holds up the bottle. I like to do it in places with a lot of paper, like libraries, things like that.
Oh, certainly we can commit arson in just a few moments. Let's introduce ourselves, and let me introduce my lovely young bride to the rest of our partygoers. What do you say? And he kind of like squints close. Gabriel.
Ah, you can read. So there is a library here.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah,
I
sure.
have many books, which are on the first floor.
Yes. I wasn't going to commit arson, but if I was, a first floor library would be preferable to a second floor library.
Oh, certainly I've done some ransacking in my day. And we always start in the library. Better to burn books and information than anything else, I'd say.
I also like to just like peruse the books too, see if I haven't read anything. Like a book exchange, but instead of exchanging, you're just taking.
Oh, yes, that's how else are you supposed to get anywhere in life besides taking what's rightfully yours? Now come, Old Bean. Let's say hello to the rest of the party.
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop calling me Old Bean, because I'm neither old nor a bean.
Oh, you're right. You're right, new legume. Here, come on, Gabriel. Let's go back to the party. Then you and I can drink later.
Okay.
And then he kind of like elbows the lady he's with and says, "Now, see, I've told you about old Gabriel here. We've gone on many adventures together. Oh, always such a sharp wit, this one." And the woman just kind of like nods demurely and smiles politely towards you.
What's my romantic partner's name?
Oh, you mean Wendy?
Her name's not Wendy.
Oh, you've got a new lady in your life then. Oh, well, I'm glad that you dropped Wendy. She wasn't worth your salt.
Okay.
Now, tell me all about this new love of yours.
No, we can wait until after we have the big.
Oh, of course. Of course.
hubbub.
I have to show off my lovely prize of a wife before we can talk about yours.
Whoa. Not married.
Oh, well. How else are you gonna keep them attached to you if you can't put a ring on them?
Feel like paperwork is a hindrance to everyone.
Oh, well, come on, Gabriel. You and I both know that you can have plenty of people on your crew fill out the paperwork for you. Why, what about that old snake that you used to slither around with? What was his name? Yuk Sud, I think. Oh, a strange fella. He could fill out that paperwork for you.
Well, he's gone now, so I doubt it.
Gone? Whatever happened to him?
The Nezatrad took him.
The Nezatrad. Oh, should have known that Yuk Sud always jumping into danger like that. And this man just like spits on the carpet and then pats the hand of his wife and says, "I'm so sorry you had to see that, darling."
Yeah, anyway. We should wait. There's more people waiting besides just me in this hallway.
You're right. Let's go, Gabriel. You can announce us.
My voice is a bit hoarse, so.
Oh, that's fine. We can always have someone else do it then. But you're going to have to enter before my lovely wife and I. Can't have you stealing our thunder in any way.
Right. Goes in there. Opens the door. He's like, "All right, here they come."
You open up the door, and then I feel like Mordo just kind of like lets it slam shut again and doesn't even hold it open for this dude. And as the three of you walk in, this guy triumphantly like holds his arms up as if he's expecting some big applause and some big showcasing. But he walks in and it's just dead silent. And he looks around and you can see his face twist in anger for just a moment. And then he like rights himself again. And he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this wonderful reception for my lovely new bride. Please allow me the great honors. It was a great privilege to call this lovely young creature mine. Allow me to introduce each of you to the lovely Mrs. Cyril Roche." And then she, her hand is held high, and she kind of looks from her husband to everybody gathered in the ballroom, and she very demurely says, "It's lovely to meet you. Je m'appelle Gabrielle Millet.
Oh, God.
Roche."
Can I make an insight check on her?
Absolutely.
I will help with that.
Okay.
Does my hagstone pick up anything when they come in?
No. Your hagstone is not picking up anything, but as you kind of sweep your gaze back over to where Rigg is, you can still see that apparition standing behind him, and now it's kind of like doing a this motion, like an egging on of Chug, as Rigg is just tilting the bowl up into his mask, and the Long Island iced tea is just pouring down his body.
I got a 16.
A 16? What were you trying to discern from this lovely young lady?
Either hesitation or of that it was like an act that she's putting on.
She's definitely well rehearsed.
I go over to Rigg and I say, in any of those monster fucker books that you read, are any of them by chance French?
Oh, plenty of them are French. Only the French fuck monsters.
What if it's the other way around? I look over.
Monsters fuck the French. I would assume that you would need that to have a consenting relationship in a monster fucking novel. Are you sure you're a connoisseur of the monster fuckery?
I never said that, but I just proved that you've read enough that you know the archetypes.
Well, of course. I'm a very well-read bird. I had to do it for my research about the Kraken when I was hanging out with Captain Gabriel because he wanted to know everything he could about the Kraken before I told him about my involvement with the Kraken. But not in the sexy way, in the I summoned it from the deep, and I was the reason that his entire crew died and my beak got sucked off my face. It's all my fault that Captain Gabriel has PTSD.
And it's not in a sexual
I'm
way.
Rigg.
But you read all the monster fuck books.
I didn't read all of them.
Enough to verse yourself in dealing with the Kraken.
Sure, it's a know thy enemy type of situation.
Is this before or after it sucked your face off?
After. You could say it awoke something in me. Mm-hmm. But not anything sexual because I'm 8 years old and canonically do not fuck.
More of like a curse of things.
I wouldn't say asexuality is a curse. That just seems rude.
I mean, as in, it took your nose, but it gave you a curse.
Well, it took my nares and my beak, but it opened up my life into love and friendship.
What kind of adventurer are you?
I'm a pirate.
I know, and you're a good bird, but in the sense
I am a good bird.
Whenever you're attacking people,
are
you using your sword? Are you casting spells?
I cast spells.
From your bagpipe? Or...
well, I've never tried to use my bagpipes as a spell casting focus, but I think that might be fun.
Or are you more of somebody that likes making pacts?
Oh, I'm not a warlock. You don't gotta worry about that. I am a bard, rogue, cleric, multi-class. Okay. I can prove it.
How can you prove it?
Just watch me, motherfucker. Or should I say monster fucker?
I'm not a monster fucker.
Are you sure about that? Watch this. Sacred Flame! And he casts Sacred Flame up into the chandelier. Cleric.
How does everyone else react to that? Like, from an NPC standpoint?
The servants have long since moved out of this room and gone to find food elsewhere. Captain Roche looks up and claps his hands and says, "Oh yes, bird boy, again, quite fun." And then Gabrielle flinches and looks up in bewilderment and slight fear at the display.
Can I?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I cast dancing lights?
Sure.
Around the same chandelier? I'd like to do it in kind of like an obvious way while looking at the bride.
Okay.
there's the thing.
I know what dancing lights do.
I figured, but just so it's also there for anyone else to see.
Oh shit, Rigg has hallucinatory terrain? When the fuck did I take
That's
that?
terrifying.
Oh,
I'd
hell
like to
yeah.
make the dancing lights look like lanterns, like ship lanterns.
Uh-huh.
And like Tinkerbell style from Peter Pan, right?
Okay.
I'd just like to make him kind of float. Sorry, little boy, are you done? Okay, bye.
No puedo.
Yeah, he was so comfy and then decided to not. I want all four to kind of dance like in opposition of each other as they move around the chandelier and glow in like a greenish hue emanating out. I want to see what the bride thinks about that from like this isn't, obviously it's not a damage or big explosive scary spell. It's just,
right.
A quaint dancy light spell.
She looks captivated by it. She takes a step away from her husband and just kind of like cranes her neck to like see exactly what's going on and what the magic is that you're displaying. But she seems delightfully captivated by it.
Okay, cool. Can I also like I don't want to necessarily stack off of that, but can I see? Is this like a captivated like I've never seen magic before, or is this a captivated like that's cool?
It's no, I'm not gonna give you that information. Roll an insight check.
I would love to. That would be great. Quick to the character sheet. Quick to the core page. And to insight. It's a 24.
At 24, she's captivated as fuck, bruh.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Then I'm gonna keep it going, having them dance and float around. But I got my information, so next, I guess.
While this is going on, seeing as the area that we are in,
what's up?
You said there was a fireplace in this room?
Yeah! Did I forget to put it on the map? Absolutely I did. But it's there. It's certainly there. It's probably like right over here. Or right over here. We'll say it's in this corner.
So looking towards the flames. Give me a second. Going to look towards the flame, and as I'm looking at them, the whole room can see that the flames, like they turn from normal flames to wicked green. As I look towards them and cast thaumaturgy.
Okay. Would you say that the flames are now defying gravity and that the people in the ballroom should be holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity?
No.
Okay.
It's just changing color.
Okay. I would think that party trick would also kind of make you a little bit popular. And since we're in a ballroom, maybe even have a theme of dancing through life, perhaps?
Most people don't. Oh wait, no, they do. That's in Act 1. Never mind.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the show.
I haven't seen Wicked at all.
Have you not seen it on stage?
I have not seen it on stage. I have not seen it on YouTube. I have not seen the slime tutorials. I have not seen the film.
Oh, okay. Humble brag. Not so humble. Yeah. I got to see Eden Espinosa.
That's nice.
I know. It was great. She was fantastic.
I got to be immortalized in Dungeons and Daddy's live show.
Yeah, that's true. That's a much better brag.
You were there.
I was. There. Anyway.
Yeah. My head got chopped off.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. Anyway. Yeah, so the Captain Roche looks to the green flames in the fireplace and very excitedly slaps his hands at it again and his wife Gabrielle takes a step back from him and like clutches her pearls a little bit.
And sorry, I forgot. I'm describing him like green, like Disney villain green, like the change of the flame.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was thinking without you saying it.
Yeah.
I was like, Maleficent is coming. Anybody else?
I go over to Rigg and I say, "So is this the guy you're supposed to kill?"
I don't know. I just sort of let it happen naturally.
What?
The murder.
I know, but you're sent here to do something.
Was I?
Yes.
Oh. Who are you again?
Doesn't matter.
To me it does. It always matters when it comes to friends. I think we're friends. Are we friends?
We are friends.
Oh, perfect.
But if you keep on asking about who I am, I'm going to start thinking that you're an Ezatrat.
How dare you?
So.
Did you know I don't even know why I'm fighting the Nezatrad? They just kind of popped up one day and everybody else on the crew was like, let's kill the Nezatrad. And I went, okay.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Sometimes you just gotta follow your friend's dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta help fight nightmares.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta keep following your friend's dreams to put your nightmares to rest, so that they stop haunting you and hanging out just over your left shoulder, whispering disturbing things into your mind, into your ears, and make you want to do disturbing things like hoard a bunch of food in your crow's nest at night. So you eat.
Sometimes that just happens, and we don't listen to that voice.
Yeah.
Right?
I like to call those intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive thoughts, that's right. But they hang over your left shoulder?
Yeah.
How long have they been hanging over your left shoulder?
How long have I been alive for?
Would you count before or after your face was bit off that you were alive?
That's a great question. That's kind of an existential question, because it really did put a reframing on life. And actually, being able to get my beak sucked off of my head in a not sexy kind of way, right. In a way, actually did help me find God and therefore find purpose.
Which God?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't ask you what gods you follow. I try to stay out of politics, except when it comes to the Nezatrad. I know they're bad. Well, anyway, no, this guy's not the guy that I'm supposed to kill. I don't think he's Nezatrad. I just think he's a creep.
So who's the guy you're supposed to kill?
I don't know, whoever I want. Now that Captain Yuxid's not here and Captain Gabriel's not here to watch me. Now I just have intrusive thoughts and Medulla Oblongata's advice.
And what was her advice?
His advice was to let it all burn.
His advice?
Yes. Medulla's a boy.
Right.
He's
Medulla
a wizard.
is a boy.
He went to boat college.
I don't think that's that special.
He's special to me. He's my best friend.
That's fair. You can say that's special to you, but also college on a boat.
Oh, no, it wasn't on a boat. It was about boats.
Oh, that makes it even less special than that.
Well, that's rude. He went to college. He got his piece of paper. I didn't do that.
Well, there's plenty of pieces of paper.
I know. I have them all in my crow's nest.
With their food?
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes I like to eat paper.
Well, the quicker we figure out what you're supposed to do here, the quicker you can get back to your crow's nest.
Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do here.
What are you supposed to do here?
Supposed to vibe and keep it tight.
And what's the general time limit for that?
Whenever.
Because what if the captain and everyone's getting attacked by the Kraken right now and they don't have your expertise about the cat?
Oh, they're not. The Kraken wouldn't do that, and we also already killed the false Kraken, and so all the other Krakens keep it away. And that's actually what Island helps us do. Island likes to let us know if the Kraken is coming. We also know that the Kraken is being kept alive by the Nezatrad. Oh, that could be a fun reason why I'm fighting the Nezatrad, is to get back to the Kraken and set it free. They have giant centipedes. It's pretty fucked up.
With the Kraken?
I don't think they're with the Kraken, but, you know, around the Kraken. I should ask Island next time I see Island.
So you're just here to just generally vibe?
Yeah. What else am I supposed to do? I'm here as a plot device, and because I am fulfilling a contractual obligation in the Rigg cinematic universe.
I lean forward and I say, I don't know what the fuck you're on about with any cinematic universe or these fancy words that you use. But if you don't further the fucking plot, I'm about to shove my hand up your ass and use you as a puppet.
Rigg leans in close to you and says, that kinky, I'm not into that because I canonically don't fuck. I'll do my best to further the plot. And boop! And then he like puts the little tip of his plague doctor mask up to your nose and like makes a kissing noise and then backs up.
That's not canonically right because you're asexual.
Asexual people can kiss.
Okay, that's fair. And then you just...
I know, it's pretty problematic if you said that they couldn't.
You're right. That's on me.
We should unpack that. Do you have somebody who you could talk to? Do you need to discover things about yourself?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But what about that thing that's over your shoulder? You talk to
John.
that thing?
Yeah.
John?
Yeah, he's cool.
What does he talk to you about?
He just tells me things about his day. Tells me eldritch secrets sometimes.
What's he telling you right now?
Eldritch secrets.
Okay. Keep your secrets.
He's telling me that a brand new batch of cinnamon rolls is coming out the oven.
They're still cooking?
He's telling me that he wants to party and that he wants to watch the world burn and that he forgives me for killing him.
You killed him?
Yeah.
Did it involve the Kraken?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that why you were so uppity about tentacles earlier?
I've never been uppity about tentacles.
When I said sometimes people have tentacles for heads.
Oh, yeah, because that's actually not true, except for John.
Well, so I guess that is true.
Well, John's not a person anymore. He's dead.
You can be dead and still a person.
I think that's more of a personal question. John, are you dead and still a person? No. Okay. No, he says no.
No, I think that's a kind of a case-to-case kind of scenario. So
yeah, it's like how asexual people can sometimes want to kiss and also sometimes not want to kiss.
Maybe we were both a little close-minded on that.
Just a little bit. We should do better to better ourselves and better this world.
We do better. We do better.
We do better indeed. Do you want to advance the plot?
Yes.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. How do we do that?
Usually I burn things down or cut somebody in half and then the plot furthers, but...
I like to cut people in half too!
Which way do you like to cut people in half?
I like to cut them in half on their tummies, and then I like to fly up above them, and I like to sink my talons into their shoulders and rip them apart. And then I like to put them in a little dinghy to scare their friends into jumping into the ocean.
Have you ever cut a person down straight down the middle?
Nope.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, that does sound pretty cool. Do you want to advance the plot now?
Yes.
Do you want to keep talking about murder? Whichever one. I'm cool with either.
We had a sidetrack for that. I needed it. I just asked.
Alright. So, plot. Perfect. And so, during this time, Captain Roche has continued to talk highly about his wife and says, Friends, let us eat our fill and then advance towards the pleasure rooms to enact our plays.
Fuck, I know I was insinuating to that earlier, but I didn't realize he... Okay.
And then Rigg says, excuse me, I'm 8 years old and canonically do not fuck. What the fuck are pleasure rooms? And then Captain Roche says, oh yes, my little bird boy. You see, the pleasure rooms are where we put on our little plays of adventure so that we can experience the thrills of the high seas or the underdark or the grassy plains without leaving the comfort of our homes. And Rigg says, thanks, that did not help at all.
But it does sound like the pleasure rooms are going to further the plot.
Probably. And then Captain Roche walks through the ballroom with his bride in hand. And he walks into the dining room. And without so much as a word, he pushes the sexy maid off of her perch of this side of the table and takes his seat. And Gabrielle stands at the other head of the table and just kind of hangs out there before she eventually pulls out her chair and sits and very loudly scoots herself into place at the table. And you hear Captain Roche clap his hands twice and say, Friends, join us for dinner.
I'm not very hungry.
Love will
he sits down.
Okay. Mordau was going to sit down. Love is getting ready to be like, it is polite to go sit. Okay. Which end of table did the captain and the bride sat at? Either end of the table?
Yes.
Okay. Is the seat one of the seats next to the bride open?
Depending on where Mordau sat. So Gabrielle is sitting closest to the pipe organ, and then Captain Roche is sitting closest to the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, where did Mordau sit?
Yeah, where did Mordau sit?
Are there 12? Oh, no.
I'm going to sit on the left side towards the bride.
Okay.
If it's free.
Are there 15 seats to account for all the people that were supposed to show up?
Strangely, no. There are only 10.
Okay.
Including the bride and groom's seats.
Okay. I'm going to sit right next to the guy, not the bride, the groom.
The groom. Okay.
Yeah, Love's gonna sit opposite Quendar next to the bride.
Okay. Quill, where would you like to sit?
It was in the first hallway. He had already eaten all of the charcuterie board, and was starting to work on the second.
But do you want to join for dinner? After being summoned?
if we're being called in, then I guess I will make my way inside after dumping the other charcuterie board into my coat pocket.
Mm-hmm. Where would you like to sit?
I'll take a spot near Love.
Okay. And then Rigg is going to sit across from Mordau. All right. You all sit down for dinner. You enjoy a very lovely dinner. And as the cook brings out each of the dishes, you notice something strange, which is that each of these dishes are your favorite meals. So I would like everybody to go around the table and describe your character's favorite meals. We'll start with Mordau.
Oh yeah, starting Mordau. Good.
Oh,
Yes, good.
okay.
Nope, Mordau's good. Nope.
Mordau's favorite meal would be a meal that he has not had since he was a child. And it was what his clan would make. And it would be like essentially like ceviche, but in like pineapple juice. But him looking at it, he is very much like he's even more on guard about it because it's like it was very specific to them, and he has not had it since, but it was his favorite thing growing up, and so he looks up at whoever served him, and he said, "Who made this?"
Well, I did.
The chef did. Is it
Yeah.
the chef?
Yeah.
Can you make an insight joke on the chef?
Sure.
Does my Hagstone pick anything up about the chef?
Let me double check. What it does. You see that the chef has has kind of a fog hanging over their head, but their eyes are clear.
So like they're in a daze?
Not necessarily in a daze, because they seem very cognizant, but there's a circling mist just kind of playing around their head, not dissipating, and following all of their movements.
Does my insight say anything about the chef?
Your insight at 17 shows that the chef is genuinely confused about why you would ask who made the food, and is kind of searching your face to find out, is this of some kind of offense? Are you allergic? Was there information wrong? That kind of stuff.
This looks phenomenal. Is it from your recipe? What do you call this?
I would call it ceviche with pineapple juice. I've never really made this before. I was simply asked to prepare it for you specifically.
By who?
Is this not to your liking?
No. This This will be great. Thank you.
My pleasure. And then the chef moves on.
Can I discern what the fog is?
Mordau does not
Roll.
eat any of it.
Just
I wanted
let
to
it
be
go to
clear.
waste.
I wanted to be
Okay.
clear.
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. That is a 3.
A 3. Oh, and that 1 also. You cannot discern what this is, but it definitely looks different than John.
Yeah, again, he'll hint towards love and say like, yeah, hint towards love again, or like whoever they're playing is. Do you mind if I quickly step out to go to the bathroom? But hint towards love to also like follow.
Well, Connor, do you want to take the bait?
Has the chef brought Love's food out yet?
Nope. Was just about to make it to Quindar.
Okay. Love has her hands like flat on the table and is nervously tapping fingers. And looking at Quendar, I think shit. Okay. Looking at Quendar is gonna make a kind of a side eye over at Gabrielle, the bride, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go. That's all right. I'll be here when you get back.
Okay.
And then like eyeball side eye back at Gabrielle again, as if to say like, I really want to watch her. There's something going on.
Yeah. I'll probably ask, where is your lavatory?
Gabrielle kind of like looks nervously to the captain and says, there's one at the end of the hall next to the conservatory. And she kind of points back across the manor. But she also says, if you go into the kitchen, there's a servant's lavatory that's closer if you need it. It's in the basement.
Like going into like basement in a. I'm like, okay.
Like
He'll
a storeroom, almost.
Yeah, he'll go and go in there, do a thing. But while he's in there, because again, nobody's around him.
Mm-hmm.
While he's in the.
You see a few servants in the kitchen eating more of the food and gossiping, but nobody's in the cellar at this time.
Yeah, while he's down there, he's going to like write on a piece of paper and just tuck it into his pocket for heading out, and then head back into the dining room, and then just wait.
Okay. Interesting. The chef has gone the opposite way and has given food to the captain and then to Rigg. And Rigg's dish is simply a bunch of deviled eggs and makes it to Quill. And Quill, what is your favorite dish?
Quill's actual favorite dish is a traditional Cormier meal. It's called beef and oysters Barnabas, wild rice, and like minced steak with like a thick broth. And it has a side of steamed oysters that ring half the plate.
Okay. As the chef places that down in front of you, Captain Roche leans forward and says, "Oh, that looks delicious. I want to try that next time."
Yeah, hometown recipe.
Glorious. I'd love to hear more about your hometown when we have the time, Quill. No, I'm sorry, Cleo, wasn't it?
That is what the name tag says.
You strike me as somebody as sharp as a quill. Perhaps that's where I got that from.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. I truly am just a dubious man in a trench coat.
Of course. What else could you be? And the chef continues on and places a dish in front of Love. And Connor, what is Love's favorite dish?
So it's two separate plates. The first plate is a salad of fresh, like spring greens and bright red. They look like peppers because they are peppers. But it's bright red peppers in like an oil and very lemony dressing. There's very obvious like pomegranate seeds, and it's just very, very like vibrant, very spring, very like fresh. And then the other is a bread bowl that just reeks of garlic.
Nice.
And inside of it is like a thick it's a thick soup that it has some kind of meat in it, and is hot with like almost like a brulee, like cracked black burned top, with the other like top section, the core section of the bread bowl next to it. And the bread bowl is coated in like garlic butter. And it's both this springy light salad and then this hearty soup. Love has had her eyes closed, and then once the dishes clack down, the first one hits and the second one like hits a second later, and she's like anticipating it. And when she opens up her eyes and stares at it, is there like tableware on the table already?
Yeah.
She will, without paying attention to like what's polite, will pick up her fork and press into one of the peppers and kind of spread some of the sauce on it, and then eat the pepper whole with the like a really hearty fresh crunch. Does it taste like the meal that she is expecting? Like, does it taste like the actual pepper from wherever this came from?
Guess a number on the scale of 1 to 20.
17.
It tastes better than what you were expecting.
Okay. Love doesn't say anything. She chews and swallows and sets the fork back down, the tine still on the plate, and just stares into like the steaming soup. And as she like shakes herself out of that a little, glances over at Gabrielle to see if she's been served yet.
Yes, her dish has just been placed down, and it is covered in a serving dish, like the serving bowl. And as the chef removes the protective covering, you see that it is a very simple plate with a slice of quiche and perfectly presented ratatouille. And Gabrielle looks at it and smiles longingly, and keeps her hands folded on the table delicately, waiting for Captain Roche to give the okay to dig in, as is polite society. And then the chef moves on and presents Quendar with a meal. And Maximus, what is Quendar's favorite meal?
It is a sort of a bowl of. Sorry, no, it's a steak, and then it's got like potatoes, carrots. To the side of it, they look like roasted and glazed with a bit of balsamic, and then to the side would be like a small small bowl of chicken soup.
Gabrielle.
But has a cooked egg on top, like cracked and cooked with
Nice.
yeah.
Gabrielle looks over at your meal and smiles fondly and says, "That does look quite good." And Captain
Yeah.
Roche.
But with the also served with the steak and roast potato, it's a bit of gravy, but it's not the normal color of gravy. Just to see if people react, it's the gravy looks a little bit blue, like blue paint just been put in a gravy thing, and he pours it off and just gonna see the reaction because it's flour that's made in the Underdark from blue caps.
Okay.
Digging it.
Okay.
So it's blue gravy.
Rigg from across the table, like the menace he is, looks over and says, "Your gravy looks strange, friend."
Just like they make it at home.
Oh, well, that's rude of me. Where is your home? That's okay. Sometimes I have to think about it too.
Sort of underneath the ground.
Oh, like the Underdark.
Yes.
That's cool.
But while we're talking and stuff, can I do a sleight of hand check?
For why? Against who?
I'm gonna try and swiftly pass a note to Love without being too conspicuous.
Okay. Go ahead and do a sleight of hand check, and I will do it against Gabrielle's perception, since she is right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 13.
All right. You successfully do it.
And yeah, with my hand, I like tap Love's thing and put like a piece of paper just on their knee.
Mm-hmm.
Just gently, so it doesn't fall off.
All right.
Okay. Love will undo. Is there a napkin as part of the table service?
Yes.
Love is going to take the napkin and, as she places it on her lap, palm the note, and then have her hands in her lap, and then open the note and read it.
Okay.
On the note, I'm keeping an eye on the ship.
Love will, as she reads this, nod, and then fold it back up, and then tuck it, I guess, into her belt, because her sleeves are up.
Yeah,
so yeah, into the belt.
And Love can see that I'm just looking at the chef and seeing what happens.
Excellent. I think with that, if Quendar's looking at Love, her eyes are going to flick over to Gabrielle as kind of like not an obvious like, hey, look at this, but like looking at Gabrielle and keeping her in line of sight as well, because that's my main focus in this.
Yep.
Gabrielle softly, demurely, looks up through her lashes demurely as she cuts into her quiche. And guess how she cuts into it, folks? Demurely.
Ludo.
Get it, Ludo. Cause chaos. Protect the house.
Did the captain Did the captain start to dig in?
Oh, he's like halfway through his plate already.
Okay.
Yeah, and he is talking wildly and without abandon, not paying any attention to your half of the table at all.
Okay. Love is going to tentatively start in the salad, a forkful at a time, just with the spring greens and another pepper, and start to eat the salad in case something poisonous or detrimental happens.
That's the other thing, because I've got my Hagstone on. Does the food appear any different than what it looks like?
No. No, it does not. It looks like normal, edible food. No sign of tampering and magical intervention at all. And you all enjoy a lovely meal. Gabrielle is very quiet, but she warms up to Quindar and Love, and begin to ask them questions about adventures and provide information about her own life. She comes from a small village, not too far inland. She lived with her mother and her father in a very small hut, and she was very, very pleased and honored that Captain Roche happened upon their village one day on a ride with his horse, and saw her working the fields demurely and asked her father permission to take her home to be his wife. She expresses that she has never had these luxuries before and that she is grateful for this life and that she hopes that she can one day bring her parents into this type of life as well, so that they may have a actual retirement and not simply work the fields until they die. On the flip side, Rigg is unsettling and does not eat any of his deviled eggs. He sits with his hands folded in front of him as he listens to Captain Roche talk incessantly. Sometimes Rigg tries to interrupt, and then the two of them have a sort of neurodivergent face-off. And Captain Roche simply waves his hand and then continues on with tales of his own adventures and how he is the perfect specimen and how on a boring day he found the most beautiful wildflower in the middle of a field, and he plucked it to take it home to adorn his life and his home with its presence. And as he says this, he glances over fondly at Gabrielle, who blushes, you guessed it, demurely at the attention. And after a few moments, the captain has cleared his plate and takes a champagne flute in his hand and clinks the glass with one of his serving forks. And the chef brings out a large tiered white cake, places it in the middle of the table, and Captain Roche stands and gives a long, boisterous speech about how he's so happy to have found the new love of his life, Gabrielle, and how happy he is to have her in his home, and how he wishes that they will live a long and happy life together. And at the end of it, he takes his saber from its scabbard and he cuts the cake, splattering the white frosting onto the table, onto your plates, and onto Gabrielle's dress. As he laughs and hoists a piece of the cake onto his own plate, leaving the rest of you to serve yourselves his wedding cake. And the chef comes around and fills each of your glasses with champagne as Gabrielle sits demurely in her seat, dapping at the stain forming on her dress with her napkin.
Can I do an insight check on the
Sure.
captain?
Absolutely.
No. That is a 2.
A 2? Another nat 1. Jesus. Your poor rolls tonight. It's like me playing Penny on our last Gaia section. Yep. She is demure and she's perfect wife as she folds her napkin into her lap and accepts a plate of cake from the cook and just very delicately cuts into it with her fork and begins to eat it as she sips her champagne.
Sorry, I was just hearing this noise. It's thunder. Like, or someone dragging. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. It will not stop.
Nope.
I look at Rigg, I say, do you only eat your own eggs?
I can't lay eggs because I'm a boy bird.
That's fair. But why have you not touched your eggs?
I don't like to eat in front of other people. That's why I have a crow's nest.
That's fair.
That's also why I'm so skinny. I'm emaciated, body condition score of a 1, because I don't like eating in front of other people, on account that I was taught after my accident that my face unsettled many folks.
Well,
Hence the mask.
We're pretty much all done eating, so...
Yeah, but you're still here. It's okay. I'll take these eggs to go. And then he picks them up in his hand and he puts them in one of his side pouches.
You want to take mine to go too?
Oh, do you not want your ceviche pineapple juice?
I don't.
What's wrong with it?
Memories.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's traumatic. I shouldn't have said anything. Would you like some tequila?
Yes.
Perfect. And he reaches into another pouch and then brings out like a giant fucking bottle of tequila and just sets it down in front of you. That's a gift from me crew. We brew our own tequila. It's dwarven made.
He hands him his cast of beer and he says, "This was brewed in a far-off country that I don't even remember anymore."
Whoa. Well, don't you want to keep it if it's your only living memory of this place?
No, I have a couple of other things that remind me of that place.
Oh, like what?
Like, I'm making a homemade bomb out of this bunch of different things in this bag.
That's cool and doesn't sound dangerous or terrorist-like at all.
It's not terroristic if it's against a...
If it's against an evil force?
Yes, exactly.
Sure. That's what they all say. It's all a matter of perspective, I suppose.
I guess so.
Hey, listen. I'm not one to judge. After all, my friend Medulla and I once flew above an Ezitrad docking station and dumped 50 bottles of grease onto it, and then Medulla cast Fireball.
Classic.
It was great. It was a synergistic move.
Sounds like it. But yes, you can have this cast.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Since you gave me this bottle from your crew.
Yeah. Anytime that you want more tequila, you just come and find me, Rigg Stonebridge, the good bird.
You have just a bunch of bottles of tequila in your pocket?
Maybe.
Fair enough.
I need to have empty bottles for grease. Bottles got to get empty somehow.
Okay, I'll give you the bottle back whenever I'm done with it.
Okay, that's a big bottle of grease. Oh, that could do quite a lot of damage. Oh, the dark voices are speaking to me once again.
What's his name, John?
No, this one's name is Medulla Oblong Bombum.
But what's your friend's name again?
Medulla Oblong Bombum.
The other friend. Tentacle
Betty?
friend.
Ragamuffin? Oh, John!
John. Isn't that what I said?
That's what you said first. But
Okay.
John doesn't whisper those kinds of Eldritors to me. That's mostly Medulla's doing.
Got it. Can
And
you
then
tell
Talanis
John,
and her wife Queef will always yell at me, and it's a great time.
Okay. Can John do certain things?
Like what?
Like, I know you said he could tell that there was cinnamon rolls being done.
Yeah.
Can he tell us other things that are happening?
Like what?
I don't know. Is there anything weird happening in this house?
Probably. There's lots of weird things happening in every house.
Right.
There's probably a weird thing happening in your house right now.
I
Do
don't
you
have a
know
house.
where your refrigerator is?
I don't even know what that is.
It's running. And you
Oh.
better go catch it.
I don't have a house. Rigg.
Neither do I! I live in a crow's nest. You want to join my crew?
We've already established that I would,
Hell yeah.
but not as the name Steve.
Oh no, you don't have to change your name to Steve. You'll have more rights than an average Steve will.
I don't like how you said that.
Well, our entire crew is made up of Steve.
And they have different
If we
rights.
encounter a stranger out in the wild and their name is Steve, we try to get them onto our crew. And depending on which of us player characters, as we like to call ourselves, they sign on with, then they can do different things. And therefore, I call it they have different rights. Like, my Steves are known as Rigg's Unfortunate Backup Dancers, and they all have specialties in persuasion and performance.
So,
Gabriel's
like,
not so nice to his Steves. He yells at them a lot. I only unsettle mine.
okay, fair enough. So what is so special about your favorite foods?
Oh, the deviled eggs?
Yes,
I'm a bird.
I realize that.
Yes. Most people do. It's because of the wings.
I wasn't going to point out the wings, but yeah, you got it.
I know you can point out the wings. I'm quite happy with them. They get me from point A to point B.
I mean, there's some birds without wings.
That's true. There are some birds that can't fly. I call those penguins, and I don't like them very much.
I was thinking about those ducks too. Those ducks that don't have any wings.
Like the mighty ducks?
You know, they're like ducks that are born and they just don't have any wings.
Oh, that sounds like a birth defect.
No, they're bred for it. It's weird.
Oh, that's weird. That's pretty
Yeah.
fucked up. That's Why would people do that?
People are fucked up.
That's a weird kind of Aarakocra. I don't quite like those existence.
Yep, don't understand it either.
Huh.
They're like running ducks.
Running ducks? I know
Yeah.
about ruddy ducks.
Running ducks.
Running ducks. Where are they
They-
running to?
They just run.
Why do they just run?
I don't know why people do
Why
things.
do they need to do cardio? Why can't they just fly?
They can run very fast.
Well, they can't outrun my thoughts.
Because they're always running through them.
Because they're always running through my
Now
mind.
they will.
No, they won't. They can't catch me.
But yeah. Here, you can have my ceviche.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And he just puts it into his pocket.
It's fish.
I'll give it to Betty. She likes it.
Well, good.
Yes. She might even share some with young Jonathan.
Wait.
He's our spider.
Oh, okay. Is he named after your friend John?
No, they don't know about John.
Okay.
John's my little secret.
How may I go about seeing John? Do I have to make a deal with the Kraken?
I never made a deal with the Kraken, and you can't prove either way that I did or didn't.
I mean, in the sense of deal, as in, I'm dealt with by a Kraken.
So here's what you can do: is you open up your character sheet, which has all of your stat blocks and all of your personality traits and your bonds and your flaws and whatnot.
Right.
And for your background, you select the one that says Haunted One. And then you can see John. And then you have a sick fuck like Finn to write your backstory, and then you can see John.
You say these words.
My god's name is Finn, and they're a sick fuck.
Like I said, God and patrons are just fuck-alls.
They're fuck-alls, and that's just something to think about, as you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do this to me?
Sometimes you just don't worry about questioning them because you're never going to find answers.
That's true. Sometimes I like to ask questions to the sky at night in my crow's nest as I'm trying to eat all my soft foods, and not even my god will answer to me. Sometimes I think they abandoned me. This is getting real meta for me. Do you want to advance the plot?
Yes, let's advance the plot.
Wonderful. And Rigg just kind of looks over to Captain Roche, who stands up and says, "Come, friends, to the pleasure rooms." And he starts to head out of the dining room.
I look at everybody. I say, "All right, we go to the pleasure rooms now."
Okay. And Love had just put a slice of wedding cake on her plate and just all right, and puts the fork down, pushes the plate over, napkin up, and stands. And I like to follow Gabrielle out, I think.
Okay. Yeah. She stands and brushes off her dress, and then leaves, following after Roche.
Quindell will say to Love, "I'll catch up with you guys. Gonna enjoy my meal."
Okay. Be safe. Find us if you need us, I guess. And can I, in the most in the most perceptive way,
Mm-hmm. You ready to roll perception?
I'm ready to roll perception. I'd like to see if Gabrielle has the any physical traits that back up her story about being a farm worker.
You noticed that she has very short nails.
Uh-huh.
Her hands are covered in calluses. The skin on her hands is very dry. She is very tan, and she has dark freckles dotting her cheeks that almost seem like they were painted on from hours in the sun. She has kind of like a permanent sunburn dancing across the bridge of her nose and her cheeks. And you can see that her from the way that her dress is cut, which showcases the top part of her shoulders, her collarbone is perpetually sunburnt and tanned, but her shoulders are noticeably paler.
Got it. Okay. Love would like to pick up the pace and walk next to her, and in a hushed tone ask, "Excuse me, miss. I don't mean to be awkward, but I was just curious if you've ever seen anyone that looks like me." And like gesture to the horns.
No, I
No?
can't say that I have, but I was raised to think that it was rude to judge a book by its cover and ask too many personal questions. I know
Right.
that the world is vast from beyond my farmlands and that I haven't been able to experience much because of my necessity to be home to help my parents.
Right. Okay. That's wonderful. I picked up that you were very, very polite. I just know that it can be. I look around and I see, a lot of humanity here, and I didn't know if I'm something of a rarity in this region. I tend to come from more far off places, but I was just curious. I didn't mean to alarm or scare. I wanted to
No
potentially. Wonderful.
fear. No fear. I feel quite at peace with you and your friends here. The only one that I might be more wary of around is perhaps your friend Cleo, only because I've seen many humans and not many of you all.
Oh, well, Cleo, while just, a strange man in a trench coat, is actually something what we in like more of our normal range of where we are, has elven ancestry as well. That might be a fun,
Elven?
little bit of an icebreaker to have. And just maybe ask. I know it can be a touchy subject, asking where people come from and what our ancestries are like, but I mean, I have infernal blood in my ancestry, obviously, but we all
Infernal
come
like
from.
the devil?
Yeah, that's actually where my ancestry comes from. Is someone I never knew my parents, but someone before me either made a deal with the devil or I came from other tieflings. Yeah, it can kind of range in many different ways, but yeah, it's just because I look like a devil doesn't make me one. You know what I mean?
Fascinating. You do seem quite nice.
Oh, thank you. I can be. I make an effort to be.
I should hope that you and I would be able to become friends after this, if you would be willing.
Love takes has an immediate flashback to Borealis and everything that happened, and like snaps back into this version of reality and goes, "We'll definitely see how things go. It's how the pages turn, as they say, right?"
I haven't heard that phrase before.
Oh,
I do enjoy it though.
wonderful. I come from a monastery, a librarian monastery. That's a bit of our thing. I'll tell you about it some more sometime, but please, I'll follow you through this lovely mansion, your lovely mansion, I suppose.
Yes, quite strange. And she offers you her arm to walk through the hall with you. And as we head into the next part of our story, I think that's where we're going to call session for this evening. We're advancing the plot.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Get it.
Get it. All right. Does everybody want to say goodbye and where else people can find us on the internet as we sign off? And we'll start with Quill.
Hello, my name is Erica, or Dungeon Mistress Erica. You can find me here on Bod Tribe every other Monday, where I DM Gaia Chronicles. JRPG inspired game. I'm obviously here on every other Sunday night, where occasionally I am a rather dubious fellow in a trench coat. I have a couple of other projects, but they're not affiliated with Vibe Tribe at present, so we're going to hold off on self-promos for that. But if you're interested, you can go ahead and reach me at Dungeon Mistress Erica and across any social. And you can get the information there.
Awesome. Connor.
That's me. Hi, I'm Connor. I've been playing Love, the Tiefling Fey Wanderer Ranger. You can see me here on Vibe Tribe doing other games here on Vibe Tribe, Between the Prose is this one, Gaia Chronicles. You can also see me over on our affiliate and sister channel, the Halfling Wizard Productions, where I'm in Liminal Blink, as well as Queers, which is our relatively recently started game. So definitely subscribe to both channels, catch up on all the things. You can see the other multitude of games on here as well. It's all good stuff. It's all fun stuff. And subscribe and hit the bell icon and other things that influencers normally say.
Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan Sebastian. I played Mordau. Also, the Mordau pretending to be a captain. Mm-hmm. You can find me here, of course, and then you can also find me every other Monday on Gaia Chronicles, playing Norm Allman. And then every other Wednesday, you can find me on the Liminal Blank, where I play everybody else as a DM. And yeah, that's it.
Maximus.
I am Maximus, playing Kunda, also author de Pele Probet. You can find me on Vibe Tribe in Between the Prose and on Instagram and TikTok under Cosmic. It's called pandachew.com.god, sorry. And yeah, see you next time.
Yeah. And I've been Finn. I've been your storyteller for this evening. You can find me every other Monday on Gaia Chronicles, where I play Penny Land, who is a half-elven summoner. You can also catch me on Liminal Blink, where I play as Mr. Gentleman, the halfling cartoon. And otherwise, you can find me at my day job. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are. And remember to drink your water and take your meds. We'll see you in 2 weeks, folks.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.